Hey, welcome to today's episode of the Homemakers podcast and Read Bible with Me YouTube channel. I am your host Linda. If you have not yet done so, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. If you want to receive daily morning devotional WhatsApp message, WhatsApp right now, Morning Manna, MORNINGMANNA to 0027-681-939-104. Again, 0027-681-939-104. And this is the podcast to show how God is with all of us all the time, and so making your homemaking life more closer with God. And to know more, visit itslinslife.com after the episode. Today we are going to listen to Developing Daily Prayer Habits for Homemakers Part 3, the 5 steps to develop the daily prayer habit. This is Elohim I.Me podcast. I'm going to share the 5 steps I did myself to develop my daily prayer habit, to pray for myself and also to pray for others, which is going to be so good. If I was a person who was so lazy to doing daily prayer habits, become a person who do daily prayer now. If I can do it, then definitely you can also do it. So last 2 episodes we have discussed about what time you should pray and how you should pray. If you haven't listened, make sure to give a listen. So today we are going to see the 5 steps of how to develop a daily prayer habits, which is seriously be more useful for the homemakers. So let's start with the steps. Okay, like I said, this is the 5 steps which I used for myself in developing this daily prayer habit, so I can dedicate more time to pray for others and also for pray for myself and for my family. That's why I developed my daily prayer habits into a daily prayer habit. So I developed these 5 steps. I would say this worked for me. So right now I am sharing it with you in the way that it can be useful for anyone, any homemakers out there. So I developed it in such way. So first step is self-assessment, which is definitely very important. Most of the time what mistake we do is, without assessing our situation or what kind of person are we directly try to develop a habit which ends up in a terrible result of failure. So I'm going to tell you a method to do self-assessment. So here, self-assessment, we need to work on 2 main steps. One is prefixed mindset and another one is track book. So prefixed mindset, from the name itself, from the word itself, you can understand the meaning. So usually the homemakers, we all grew up with a social norm, or our parents or our family or our friends, or so many people will tell us that learn the Bible right now, or else you are not going to have time to study the Bible once you become a homemaker, or once you become a wife, or once you become a mother, stuff like. I grew up by hearing a lot like this. So we are in a prefixed mindset of homemakers have no time, then homemakers cannot find time, and also I am not praying. It's kind of doubting ourselves that I am not praying at all, even though we pray at least 5 times or 1 week, at least 7 days in a month, we still say I am not praying, because we are in a mindset, our mindsets are we are having a connected prefixed mindset. One is homemakers have no time, homemakers cannot find time, and I'm not praying. So first let's work on this 3 mindset. How to change? It's very simple. Instead of saying homemakers have no time, say homemakers have time. Instead of saying homemakers cannot find time, say homemakers can find time. Instead of saying I am not praying, say I am praying. So if you have doubt, if you disagree with me, that's why self-assessment comes in place. That is why you also need a track book. Get a book which you can name as track book, and make a note of how many times. First, make a note of how many times you are praying in a week. Whenever you pray in a day, immediately mark I prayed today and write the date. In that way, first you can work on the mindset, prefixed mindset of I am not praying. You can find yourself as you are actually praying, maybe not every day, but at least some days in a month. Okay, and also work on homemakers have no time to homemakers have time. Write down in the book, track book, I can have time to pray daily, and also I can find time to pray daily. So we are going to work on that by writing few steps. One is fixed chores with a fixed time, fixed chores with indefinite time, unfixed chores, and unexpected chores. So we are going to work on these four categories. So you have to self-assess yourself on these four categories. One is fixed chores with fixed time. There are some fixed chores in our daily chores that has been fixed to some fixed time. For example, taking bath. Many of the homemakers do have a fixed time of taking bath, maybe by evening 6 p.m. or maybe by morning 6 a.m. Many of the homemakers do have that fixed time or fixed chores with the fixed times. Likewise, find out which all are the chores which you do for some fixed time, and then fixed chores with indefinite time. That is, you do perform some chores every day, but there is no particular time. Like some people cooking. Okay, I will take cooking as an example. Some people do cook daily cooking at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. at lunch, or 5 a.m. the morning breakfast. But it's not fixed time. Sometimes you cook at 5:30 a.m. Sometimes you cook at 1 p.m. The time definitely change, but you do cook every day. So find such chores with indefinite time. Then next is unfixed chores. Unfixed chores means there is no guarantee that you are going to do it on everyday basis, daily basis. Like, what can I say? I don't know what to say, but there are some chores in our life which you are not going to do on daily basis. Okay, like one example is cleaning. You are not going to do deep clean of your house every day, right? There is getting it together, or like tackling your space. That does happens every day, but not that deep cleaning. Yeah, but so those are the chores you can be doing, but not on the daily basis. So find such chores. And also unexpected. Unexpected means, of course, we cannot know which all are the chores which can come unexpected. The unexpected by mean is allow space in your brain to expect the unexpected. Always, whichever habit you want to make or whatever you are going to do, always expect something unexpected can happen to us anytime. So nothing is fixed. Our life are not same every day. So you do need to find, or you do need to develop that mindset, so that whenever something unexpected habit, you won't feel like something happened and all my work is misplaced, all my habits are misplaced. You never feel such way. That's why you need to do that unexpected mindset. You need to develop that unexpected mindset as well. So that is the first step, that is self-assessment. So I hope you understood. And the next step is ideal time. So in ideal time, we are going to work on 4 categories. You can make a note of that. First one is, what type of person are you? Second one is, do you want to change? Third one is comparison. And fourth one is, find ideal time. So first one, what type of person are you? That means are you a morning person or late morning person? Or let me say, are you an early morning person or late morning person? Last episode also I mentioned about this. The early morning person are most active during the early morning, and late morning person are most active during late morning, or maybe closer to the afternoon, or even sometimes at night also they are very active. So first you find out what type of person are you, because we can make use of that time time in developing the daily prayer habit. So if you are a morning person, you can include the daily habit in the morning because you are very active in the early morning. If you are a late morning person, you can include the daily prayer habit during the late morning time or even at the night. That's why you do need to find what type of person are you. Then second question, which is very important question, do you want to change? Do you want to change to a morning person, to an early morning person, or are you happy being the late morning person, and do you want to develop a daily prayer habit? You need to ask these 3 questions to yourself and you need to find the answer. Only if you want to develop the daily morning habit, then only this daily prayer habit, then only these steps are important, then becomes important for you, right? So find the answer. Actually, do you want to change to a early morning person, or are you happy being a late morning person and you want to develop prayer habit? To develop, if you are a late morning person and if you want to develop to a morning person, I will share some tips later in some other episodes how I become an early morning person, because I'm a night owl. So but I developed a habit of becoming an early morning person, and I do have a morning routine. So I will share that some other time. So find answers for these 3 questions and then compare it with self-assessment. So you are not going to compare it with anyone out there or anything out there. You are going to compare it with your own routines or chores and everything. So in the self-assessment, we saw about all the fixed chores and chores with fixed time and unfixed and everything. So you need to compare your time with that self-assessment. What type of person are you, and if you want to change, then compare all those with the self-assessment and then find the ideal time. So when I looked into my own chores and everything, for me the ideal time was waking up half an hour or 1 hour earlier than everyone. So these are some hacks you can actually follow. Some hacks is reduce the screen time. When you do self-assessment, you do have to assess on your screen time. That is how much time you spend on social medias with your mobile, how much time you spend with TV, series, serials, movies and everything. You do have to record that as well, because on assessment we can see that, we can find out that the person who spent less time with the screen time do have more time to develop their habits. So you do need to reduce your screen time. Then you do need to reduce your TV watch time. Let's reduce your serial watching, TV, movies. Yes, if you want to gain something, you do need to sacrifice something. So yes, reduce because if you accept or not, we do spend most of the time with screen. That's why you need to reduce the time. Then another hack is early morning wake up, or waking up. If you are a late morning person, you can still wake up 1 hour before the usual waking up time. That way you will get some peaceful time for yourself to do some prayers. Then you can also, other hack is including rest time with prayer. So most of the time we do have a rest time, like afternoon after lunch we do take some rest, and that time you can do prayer. So that's some hacks which I found myself when I was developing my own daily habits. So for me the best time is waking up 1 hour earlier than everyone, so I get 30 minutes. I can do a 30 minutes of prayer for myself and for others. So that is the second step. The third step is stacking. Let me ask you a question. Why do you stack one book above other book? The one reason is it gives more space. It gives more space to add more books or add more stuffs, right? The same principle apply here. It gives more opportunity to follow your habit. That is, stack your new habit with the present habit. For example, after brushing my teeth, I will pray, then only I will make the breakfast, or then only I will eat the breakfast. You can do stacking like that. You write it in your track book, which once you find that ideal time, next is you write it down. The stacking, that is, after brushing, that's what I do. What I do is after brushing my teeth and after making the coffee, I will pray, then only I will make the breakfast. That's how I start my prayer habit. And then you can drink coffee. While drinking coffee, I will pray. That's another stacking. So you need to stack your daily prayer habit with the one which you already have, or with the old habit. That way, whenever you make a coffee, you'll remember, okay, I do need to pray. Or whenever you brush, you'll remember, okay, I need to pray, then only I can make breakfast. So that way you need to stack. And the fourth step is trial period. Okay, this is very important, because if you think, or if you look out into the out world, you can see before publishing any medicines or any books or anything, okay, there is always a trial period. The person or the inventor, they give a trial period to test if it's going to work or not. They take some samples from the they will take some number of samples, they will test, and then only they will publish. Once they get the ideal result, then only they will publish, right? So you do need to give a trial period for your habit developing, daily prayer habit. So I'd like to divide this into 90 plus 90 day task. So 90, that is totally 180 day. So first 90 you are going to subdivide into 30 days. 30 plus 30 plus 30. Okay, so between first to 30 you can take a 2 days gap, but between second and third 30 day you cannot take any gap. So in the first 30 day, for the first 90 days, in your track book, make the columns of, first column is pray, then date 1, 2, 3 till 30. Okay, do not write till 90, just write from 1 to 30. Okay, and then every day pray. You found the ideal time, you do self-assessment, you found your ideal time, you found the stacking, and then once you write all of that, next is this trial period where you are going to pray for the first 30 days without a miss. If you do miss, mark that place as missed and keep ticking. And after that first 30 days you are allowed to take a 2 days gap, only 2 days. Okay, and then next 30 plus 30 days you are not allowed to take any gap. So in your track book, mark 1 to 60. Okay, 1 to 60 and do pray. So if you did a 90 days, a continuous 90 days prayer, then next follow the same principle, but for next 90 days without any miss. You are not supposed to miss, and you are not supposed to take any gap, and you have to continually pray. And in your track book you need to write prayer from 1 to 90 days. So by the end of the 180th day, if you do successfully follow the daily prayer without any miss, then please continue on. If you do miss, please continue with the 90 plus 90 day task until you become you pray daily without any miss. So once you reach that point, then you please continue with the daily habit with the final step, that is 2-day rule. It's a very famous rule, maybe you know. So it is, if I miss a daily habit, I will do my best not to miss it 2 days in a row. You cannot miss for 2 days in a row. Okay, with that principle you do need to do your daily habit. So remember, so you do need to have a track book. For developing a daily prayer habits, you do need to have a track book. Then you do need to have a prayer book. Prayer book means the prayer list book. All the list which you want to pray, write it down, have that prayer book. And then with the 5 steps, that's self-assessment, ideal time, stacking, trial period, and 2-day rule. And also this is a cycle. Once you find your ideal time, you may not be able to follow that. Maybe a year you find it very difficult. That time is difficult, and again you need to find the new time. So that's why it's a cycle. It might keep change, because nothing is fixed in our life. Our responsibility changes, our life changes, our job changes. There is changes in everything, so it might, or it can, or it cannot, maybe it will affect your life. So that's why it's a cycle. If you find the time you found is difficult, you need to find another time. That's all. There's nothing else in there. Just you have to remember, if you do have developed a daily prayer habit, do not miss 2 days in a row. So this is my 5 steps in developing daily prayer habits for homemakers. This is mainly for homemakers because homemakers do have a lot of works to do in their home. So you do need to assess yourself, have that time, find that time, and then you need to develop the daily prayer habits. Just give, it's only a 180-day task, or maybe just let's add as a 180-day plus a month for self-assessment and everything. So it's only 210-day task. Okay, just give a 210-day of you and give a good dedication, and there you will get a good daily prayer. Okay, I hope this episode find helpful. If you find it helpful, make sure to share it with other homemakers, or let me know if you do develop your daily prayer habit. At first, let me know that. Okay, please do not forget to let me know if you do develop your daily prayer habits by following these steps strictly, without any mess. Strictly. Okay, you do have to, you may have to sacrifice your screen time. You may have to sacrifice your TV, some series, some serials, some movies, or anything. Something you will have to sacrifice. I do sacrifice. Right now I don't watch TV, movies much. I do watch movies, but not in the way I used to watch. It's not because I become a mom. It's not because of that. I sacrifice that to develop my daily habits, prayer habits, Bible reading habits, some work habits, morning habits. For some habits, I do sacrifice many of my screen time and my TV time, everything. So yes, you do have to, because by assessing, I found that the main thing I can sacrifice is screen. So I sacrifice that. So I do, whenever I feel too much stress, I do watch movie. It's not that I'm not going to watch it. No, it's not like that. Whenever I feel stressed or overwhelmed with the amount of work I do, one thing I do is watching TV. It relaxes me a lot. I watch movies, I watch songs on the TV. I do spend more time with the mobile whenever I feel stressed. Only whenever I feel stressed or overwhelmed. Otherwise, I don't watch that. So you do need to sacrifice something in your life to develop a prayer habit. And I hope this episode find helpful. If you do, make sure to share and let me know how it goes with you. I would really love to know if it works for you or not. So remember, God is with you and me all the time. This is Elohim I Me podcast.